In the kingdom of Ilaria, a land of soaring mountains, sparkling rivers, and endless forests, there lived 5 extraordinary princesses: Selina, Shlina, Marina, Glina, and Barhna. Each princess was gifted in her own way, not just in beauty or grace, but with a heart that held courage, kindness, and dreams as vast as the sky. Yet what truly set them apart were their magical horses, each bound to its princess by a bond older than the oldest spell in the kingdom. Selina, the eldest, rode Lumina, a horse whose mane glowed like liquid gold and whose steps illuminated the path before her. Calm and thoughtful, Selina had a way of bringing peace to everyone around her, even in the most frightening situations. Shlina, fierce and adventurous, commanded Stormfire, a horse that could summon the wind and gallop faster than any earthly creature. She was daring, often rushing headlong into challenges, with a laugh that rang like bells across the hills. Marina, gentle and tender, shared her heart with Seabreeze, a horse that could leap across streams and rivers as if the water parted for her. Marina's kindness touched everyone, from villagers to forest creatures, and her presence could calm storms within hearts. Glina, clever and playful, rode Shadowhoof, a horse that could vanish into mists and shadows, moving unseen and striking unpredictably with agility. Glina's wit was sharp as her horse's hooves, and her mind never rested, always plotting clever ways to overcome obstacles. Finally, Barhna, the youngest and boldest, rode Emberwind, a horse whose mane flickered with harmless flames, glowing even in the darkest nights. She had courage that sometimes frightened even her sisters, and a curiosity that drove her to explore the edges of the kingdom and beyond. Once every 10 years, the kingdom hosted the grand magical horse race, a race of legends that spanned mountains, rivers, forests, and enchanted valleys. The race was more than a contest of speed, it tested courage, intelligence, and the purity of one's heart. This decade, the 5 sisters decided to enter together, determined to show the kingdom that unity, love, and magic could triumph over rivalry. The morning of the race. The sun rose over Ilaria, painting the sky in brilliant streaks of pink and gold. Birds sang from every branch, and the castle courtyard buzzed with excitement. Crowds from nearby kingdoms gathered, cheering and waving banners that fluttered in the morning breeze. The princesses mounted their horses, feeling the familiar warmth and strength beneath them. Lumina's golden mane shimmered in the sunlight, Stormfire's eyes sparkled with mischief, Seabreeze's tail flicked as if greeting the river winds, Shadowhoof shifted lightly on the ground, and Emberwind's flames danced in anticipation. "Remember," Selina said, her voice calm yet commanding, "this race is not just about winning. It is about trust, courage, and unity. Let us ride together, no matter what happens." Shlina grinned, tugging lightly on Stormfire's reins. "Adventure awaits. Let's show the kingdom how it's done." The trumpet sounded, and the race began. Hoofs thundered against the cobblestone paths and soft earth, leaving sparks and dust in the air. The 5 princesses galloped forward, their horses moving as if they were extensions of their very souls. Across rivers and forests. The first stage of the race took them through a dense, enchanted forest where sunlight barely touched the ground. Lumina's glow lit the path, while Stormfire blew away the thick mist that had gathered. Seabreeze leapt gracefully over fallen logs and streams, Shadowhoof vanished into the shadows only to appear ahead, and Emberwind's flames illuminated hidden rocks and pitfalls. Glina laughed as she weaved through the trees, Shadowhoof darting invisibly. "This is far too easy," she called, "but the real challenges lie ahead." Marina stayed close to Selina, whispering encouragements to keep Lumina steady. "We must take care, Selina. The forest is beautiful, but it hides danger." They emerged from the forest into a wide valley where the river sparkled under the sun. Here, the race became treacherous, sharp cliffs rose on either side, and the ground was slippery from morning dew. Shlina spurred Stormfire forward, daring to take a shortcut along a narrow ledge. "Come on, sisters. Don't fall behind." Barhna, with a daring grin, urged Emberwind to leap from cliff to cliff, her fiery mane illuminating the jump. "Fear is for those who hesitate," she shouted, landing perfectly beside Shlina. The mountain pass and the accident. Hours passed as the race climbed higher, and the track narrowed into a mountain pass with sheer cliffs. The wind howled like a wild creature, and snow dusted the peaks. Lumina's golden light cut through the swirling mist as Selina carefully guided her horse, mindful of every step. But fate had other plans. A loose stone hid under the snow. Lumina slipped. Selina lost her balance and was thrown from her horse, tumbling down the soft snow. The crowd gasped, and the race seemed to stop for a heartbeat. Selina! Shlina screamed, sliding down to her sister's side, her heart pounding. Stormfire pawed the ground anxiously. Marina, Glina, and Barhna reached them quickly. Selina's chest heaved, and her arm was bruised, but she was alive. Relief flooded through her sisters. Marina gently held Selina's hand. "It's all right, dear sister. We're here. We will finish this race together." Glina nodded, determination flashing in her eyes. "We don't need to win for glory. We need to finish as sisters. That is our true victory." The final stretch. Carefully, the princesses mounted their horses again. Lumina trembled slightly, but Selina's soothing voice calmed her. Together, they formed a line, a quintet of courage and magic. They crossed rivers, leapt cliffs, and darted through forests. The powers of their horses combined into a breathtaking display: Lumina's light, Stormfire's wind, Seabreeze's grace. Shadowhoof's stealth, and Emberwind's fire danced together, forming arcs of magic in the air. Villagers and royalty alike cheered as the five sisters approached the finish line, riding side by side. And in a moment of pure unity, they crossed the finish line together, not as individuals, but as a single force bound by love, courage, and magic. King Alden ran forward, tears shining in his eyes. "You have all won," he whispered, "not for speed or trophies, but for your hearts, your bravery, and the bond you share." Lessons and legacy. In the days that followed, the race became legend. Stories of the princesses' courage, unity, and the magical powers of their horses spread across kingdoms. Selina healed, but the memory of the fall stayed, a reminder that life's trials teach lessons of resilience and love. Each princess had grown. Selina in patience and trust. Shlina in loyalty and daring. Marina in compassion and calm. Glina in cleverness and courage. Barhna in bravery and curiosity. Under the starlit sky, the sisters rode across the castle grounds, their horses' hooves creating a rhythm like the heartbeat of the kingdom. They laughed, they planned new adventures, and they cherished the magic that lived within their hearts and their horses. And so, the tale of Selina, Shlina, Marina, Glina, and Barhna became a story told for generations, inspiring everyone to understand that true victory lies not in speed, glory, or gold, but in courage, love, unity, and the magic of the heart.